Okay, everybody, this is the final video of this is the final part of the collection video, and it's going to be really hard for me to say that this is the last video I'm probably ever going to do. But this is my most nostalgic memory ever, the Sony PlayStation. Oh, by the way, I got this Sony PlayStation 1 with the LCD screen system. That's awesome. You can play this portable.
My gosh, wow. I can't imagine playing games on that tiny screen.
Oh yeah, this thing actually works. It works like an actual television, and there's absolutely no lag whatsoever.
Oh my goodness.
That was like the most ingenious idea I've ever seen from a video game at the time, and I'm still wondering how come there's no consoles that can make it easy to make it portable.
You know what's amazing? Like systems like Sony, like the PlayStation and Nintendo, they could last forever. But
Yeah.
Xbox, they'll die in a couple of years.
That's true. Oh God, red ring of death, white ring of death. That just drives me nuts.
My original Xbox broke. Like, my God, there's just no longevity to that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. But anyway, let's start doing this final video, and let's get this out of the way because this ain't PlayStation, but it's actually my all-time favorite PC game of all time: Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines.
Bloodlines, I can see that you play the game for her assets.
Jeez.
I guess she was cheating on her test. Cheating on her. Forget it. I'm just trying to think of things. That's a mouthful. Boosh.
Okay, moving on. All right, let's see. Let's start out with the games on top because I want to do it on the aisle here. All right, Sheep Raider, Looney Tunes. You know what?
Someone's hungry for tunes.
Yeah, Ralph the Wolf. Oh man, with Sam the Sheepdog and him trying to capture a sheep. Yeah, that's you're basically solving all these puzzles that uses the engine from Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters and Lost in Time just to capture these sheep. All right, let's see, Tomb Raider, the first one, the only one that matters. Yeah, a lot of people like to compare the very first Tomb Raider as the mature side of what should I call it? The mature side of Mario 64 for adults. Yeah, I can see why, because people really like what Highways always keep saying, assets.
Assets? Oh, yeah. Tomb Raider. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really into box boobs and butt.
Alright, moving on.
I mean, those curves are rigid. They're not...
Moving on, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. This actually is my favorite two-player cooperative game on the PlayStation 1. Awesome game by every means of the definition. Okay, let's see. Tobal, number 1. The creator of Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama, has teamed up with Squaresoft once again, and this time they made a fighting game.
Wow.
Yeah, it was okay. I just didn't like the fact that this game is.
Ugh. It looks awful, dude.
It looks worse than Dead or Alive 1. Remember?
Dang, this is bringing you back to the poly days of the first Dead or Alive.
No wonder why Square doesn't offer that many fighting games nowadays.
I remember the boob were the physics were so off, because one boob would bounce the opposite of the other. What the heck was that? Oh my god, no one moved.
Yeah, this is my first Japanese game I have on my PlayStation collection. Japanese games the Japanese PlayStation 1 games, they're so easy to find. All you have to do is take a look at the store called Book Off.
Turn around there, Grant. Turn around again. God damn, that's boxier than Lego. Let's be honest with you. Oh my god.
Remember, this game was 1996.
Oh damn, I was 6 years old.
Me too. Just a minute. I need to recharge the batteries right now. Okay, now it's recharging. Let's see now. Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah,
Final Fantasy Tactics.
I really like this game. It's the same reason why I like turn-based strategy games. It's like almost every Final Fantasy character that has appeared from all the way from Final Fantasy 1 through 6. I mean, through 7. Yeah, this was pretty cool. All right, let's see what's next up here. Another Japanese game. A fighting game. Bushido Blade.
Bushido Blade.
Yeah, it was an okay fighting game. Another fighting game by Squaresoft, but that Toblo 1, the one that had horrible polygons, I think that was better than this one. I mean, this was a precursor of Soul Calibur, but the problem is the swordplay wasn't as active as the Soul Calibur games are nowadays. Okay, next one we got The Legend of Dragoon. Believe it or not, this is actually my.
Wait, dude, I gotta turn up the camera so I could keep the video, so I could keep the connection better.
All right, go ahead.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead. So, what do you think? What do I think? Okay, this is actually the best. In my personal opinion, this is the best RPG on the PlayStation 1. I'm saying that with a bold statement, saying that this is better than Final Fantasy VII, any Final Fantasy game, even Chrono Cross. Yeah, I'm going there.
That's a big statement, considering they're pretty Final Fantasy-ish, or really big they're very fantasy-like games, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see now. Spyro the Dragon. You're the dragon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, third and.
I remember I had this game for my generic PS1.
Generic PS1? You mean the pirated one that you got?
Yeah, the one that might have been possibly from Thailand.
Alright, yeah, I basically love the gameplay of Spyro. I'm glad that they kept in the characters. I mean, kept in his power-ups. I just did not I'm not really that much of a fan of playing the new characters that are in this game. Okay, let's see now. The Legend, the Lagia, or in America, The Legend of Gaia. It was an okay RPG. I don't know what to say. It's just like, it feels like I didn't really get the combat. Oh man, my brother had a hard time translating the Japanese words to English to me. It just didn't really fit well as I hoped it to be. Alright, next one. Let's see which one. The Japanese version of Chrono Cross. Believe it or not, this game is incredibly rare in American standards, but you can find them anywhere in Japan for a reasonable price of like 1,000 yen, which is equivalent to inflation like $11. 1,000 yen. That's like equivalent to $11.
Wait, don't. Hey guys, 1,000 yen over there. It's actually $1,000. This is a very expensive game. You have to save up your money.
Yeah. Chrono Cross. It was a lot of fun, but I still prefer Chrono Trigger over this one. There's too many gosh darn characters in this game, and not even half. I mean, half of them are at least memorable, but not at all that sticks out like its own character. If you ask me, way too many characters.
When was this released? This game here.
The year 2000.
The year 2000, when I was only 10 years old.
Yeah, this game was released like 5 years after the release of Chrono Trigger. Okay. Okay, next one. Brave Fencer Musashi. Oh god. This is actually the best. No, Brave Fencer Musashi.
You sure? I'm getting hungry.
Now you're getting me hungry. I'm thinking about Brave Fencer Sushi. No. Believe it or not, this is actually one of my favorite action RPGs on the ever, because I really like the characters. Amazing boss fights, and everything in this game is in 3D. That's amazing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you know that if you got the English version of Brave Fencer Musashi, your main character is the voice actor of Izzy from Digimon. Yeah, that's so cool. Alright, we're almost done with the top row. Okay, Parappa the Rapper.
Alright, explain to pretty much everyone what the hell this game is. Because I've seen this.
Believe it or not, this is a music and rhythm game. All it is like if there's a square coming along, on the middle of the circle, you have to press the square button exactly when it hits the thing, and it's really cool where like whatever you press, Parappa the Rapper will say it. Like, cook those boogers! Turn the patty over!
Yo, dog, why is this dog a dog?
That's Parappa the Rapper! Every character is anthropomorphic, and what's cool is that everybody is literally flat, like a piece of paper.
Oh boy. I remember I saw this little guy in the donut shops in Japan. I always wondered what the heck was he, and I'm like, oh, he has his own video game? What the heck is that? What's going on here? I'm getting all confused.
Parappa the Rapper, he was a lot of fun, but when you play the Japanese version, they still kept the English voice acting, but it's pretty cool. I like the game just the way it is. Okay, here it is. Wild Arms. Now, you saw my PlayStation 1 version, my PlayStation 2 collection when I said I did not like Wild Arms 3 and 4 because they're generic. Well, I think Wild Arms, the first one, should have been its own legit title. No sequels required. Remember that RPG Western that we were doing on my PlayStation 2 collection, High Wings?
Yes, I remember.
This is the game. Awesome title.
Man, I swear, like, games like this makes me think they're probably based on some Japanese movie or manga.
Yeah, but don't forget, there's so many artists that utilizes anime. Now, I'm going to be cheating a little here because these aren't PlayStation 1 games, but these are Japanese Sega Saturn games, because I think the Sega Saturn is the most underrated console of all time. Here it is! The very first game of the Panzer Dragoon series. Panzer Dragoon.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh man, this game plays like Star Fox. You're able to shoot more than one enemy, and best of all, there's no Slippy character.
My goodness.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's cheating at all, dude. This is your collection. I mean, you gotta show all the love to the past consoles.
Yeah. Getting the Japanese Sega Saturn is definitely worth collecting because there's a lot of titles that never made it in America that's exclusively on this Japanese Sega Saturn. And speaking of...
It's kind of weird to see a bunch of weird Dreamcast games in, like, various different systems. Like...
Yeah, especially... I remember your reaction when you saw the Shenmue in my collection. And...
Yeah.
And now the last Sega Saturn game that I have is Dragon Force 2. I am so lucky to get this game for only like 1,000 yen. Yeah, this is a turn-based strategy game, and this is a game that never made it to America.
Repeat that again, dude. You were lagging a bit.
Oh, I was saying that this game was exclusively for America. I mean, exclusively. It's never been released outside of Japan.
Oh, moly.
Yeah,
So
this
is
is.
this a fantasy-based turn game?
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Any
it's.
characters that you like in particular?
Oh, I wish I could remember the characters' names because all my brother did was translate the whole thing for me. Oh, yeah, Dragon Force. It was a lot of fun. I mean, if you played the first Dragon Force and you liked it, good luck in trying to find the sequel, like I did. All right, here's. Oh God, High Wings, you're already thinking about it.
No, I can definitely see that you definitely played it for the guns.
Now, this is the reason why I bought this game, because it's made by Eidos, the publisher that gave us Gex and all the other great titles that I love.
Before we go any further, what is with her arm there? Is her, like, other boob so big that it's, like, painfully flexing her arm into different
I
directions?
don't even know, how can you even possibly put your arms back there like that?
Oh, wait, 1 second, dude.
Okay.
I am back.
Alright. Hey, dude, it's pretty funny. This is actually Fear Effect 2, but in Japan they call it Helix Fear Effect. And you know what? I'm glad that this game was English voice acted because this is only English voice acted, and they never had a Japanese Japanese dub. Because let's be honest here, as much as these weeaboos always like to say that they hate English dubs, well, look how the Japanese handled translating our language to their language. It is horrible.
Yeah, oh my god. Well, I have to say, they have, like, weird chest bags. Like, I bet they're just filled with bullets and they run out of ammo. Like, that's where it all comes from. It's like, Sarah, give me a bullet, I'm out. Okay, sure thing. Like, oh my god, those were boobs, those were bags.
Alright, here's my last Japanese game. Smackdown!
Ew, my goodness. Is that The Rock?
Yeah, it's The Rock. Oh, let me turn this off.
God, yeah, that's a long time ago. So 90s, and Mankind is next to him, and China.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay, got it.
Whatever happened to Mankind?
Oh, Mick Foley? Oh, he's still around. I mean, all he does is just like make appearances, and once a year he wrestles.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Did you know he won? He got the the WWE Hall of Fame award this year.
No way.
Yeah, he deserved it because he made some of the most legendary stunts of all time. As for a wrestling game, this is actually one of my favorite all-time wrestling games ever. It's really hard to. I mean, the WWF SmackDown series before it shot itself in the foot with the stupid SmackDown versus Raw series. Oh man, they were fast-paced action. There's always something going on, and there's always a great variety of matches happening. That's the reason why wrestling games today suck. They just don't give us the speed and the excitement that this game offered. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Wrestling games, I felt like they started off kind of slow, over time. They just needed more development. But, I don't know. I still think to me, all wrestling games, in my opinion, they are really slow in, like, gameplay and in like, game interaction. Like,
that kind of tells you that you haven't played SmackDown.
Yeah, let's edit that part out and just say, yes, The Rock looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Alright, let's play Command and Conquer. Whatever you do not get the PlayStation version of this because real-time strategies suck so much on the consoles. But as a port, it did a decent job of trying to capture the very essence from the Command and Conquer PC game, but still, playing a real-time strategy on a console, it's hard.
He kind of looks like Val Kilmer with, like, goggles looking at an explosion. Reading about his life.
Yeah.
I remember the war. We were losing, but we were about to win. Explosion of the
Alright.
thing blew up. Okay.
Alright, here's finally my first American, my first American console. I mean, my first American PlayStation 1 game, Dino Crisis.
I heard of that. They replaced zombies with dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's true. It's, I like the fact that there's actually full 3D graphics in this game. It's not like a character walking around in front of a background.
Yeah.
Like the past Resident Evil games. Oh man, this game was so much fun. It's just like just imagine if Jurassic Park was a lot more gorier and a lot more action packed. This is the game you need to get for yourself. Oh god, seeing Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Velociraptors everywhere you go, it was frightening as it was seeing the Jurassic Park movies for the first time. Alright, next one, Resident Evil 2.
Oh, it's an alien. Oh no, it's a zombie. No, it's Resident Evil 2. Wait, those look like alien hands. Look at them fingers. They look so long and gray.
Come to think of it, they look like the hands from that M. Night Shyamalan movie, Signs.
Oh my god, yeah. And their weakness is water? Hey guys, let's go to a planet full of water.
No, this game was really awesome. In my personal opinion, I think this is the best Resident Evil game. The second best Resident Evil game. The first one will always be Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Alright, next one. Command and Conquer Underground.
Medal of
Medal of Honor, sorry.
was cool and it wasn't like overdone like the same time 20 times in a row for a video game.
Yeah, the Medal of Honor series nowadays lost all of its saving grace of being a good first-person shooter series. I don't know. The very first Medal of Honor game, believe it or not, the director Steven Spielberg was backing up the game.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that was the very first celebrity involved. Okay, not the very first celebrity involvement, but at least filmmaking industry. He was the first one to be involved with, co-creating a video game. I mean, for crying out loud, Medal of Honor was around the time when Steven Spielberg was semi-serious with World War II with Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yeah, that was a really good movie.
Yeah. All right, next one. Tomb Raider 2.
Oh no.
Wait, well, I'll tell you what's so cool about this game. It's not the game itself. It's actually the features it has, the demos, and it has the demo of Tomb Raider 3, Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, and The Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
Well, let's be all honest. Everyone played Tomb Raider for her polygon assets, if you get what I mean.
Yes, that's true. And I keep making fun of Almuya for actually playing the series.
Actually, I don't know. Well, her chest kind of looks like the Screwdum chest, like balls, but for her chest, it looks kind of weird.
Yes, it is.
Never mind.
Okay, Rayman. I don't have the cover for it, but you know, it's a fun 2D platformer.
Hey, at least it's not a GameStop cover.
Oh yeah, I hate those. It's better to have no cover than a GameStop cover, right?
It just makes you depressed because like you pay a bunch of money for that game and they don't give you the cover. Like what the crap?
Oh, High Wings! I forgot to show you. Hey, take a look. That's us in high school.
Oh my god! Wait, oh yeah.
Yeah. See me with the long hair? And right above me is Almuya, and right over there is you.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess I still look weird and douchey.
Yeah, that kind of shows how friends stick together forever.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get on with it. Digimon World. Sorry, let me put it sideways. Digimon World.
Digimon World. I never got around to playing that, but I think they had this also on the Xbox too.
This one here, I played it just because I wanted to see a Digimon game that be played like Pokemon. But one thing that sucks is that you can't choose what your Digimon evolves, and if you don't evolve it right, it becomes a pain in the ass. Oh god, I really hate it. I think this game is really overrated. The fact that like people keep saying it's the best ever, but do you even realize how terribly flawed this game is?
Oh my goodness, tell us, man.
Really terribly flawed. I really hated the fact that like, you know, when your Digimon attacks, it doesn't feel like it's attacking. All you do is press a button again and again. Attack, 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 and it takes its time to attack. It has a mind of its own. You don't feel like you're controlling anything except your own character. Oh, God. And it takes forever to shoot out your special attack, and good luck and try not to get killed or have your Digimon get killed. Oh, God. This game brings me a lot of stress. Okay, here's one. Army Men 3D.
Army Men 3D. It's in 3D.
Yeah, it's those green toy soldiers. I think you kind of saw that in, what was it, in Toy Story, you know those green toy soldiers?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's basically putting those guys into their own full game. It's an okay action game. I just got bored with it. Okay, Toy Story 2.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, I had no idea they actually made a video game. I thought it was just sort of made up when they did the intro to the, Toy Story 2 intro. Where it's Buzz Lightyear, he's on a planet, and instead you find out it's a video game.
Yeah. I will have to admit that the platforming here kind of is okay, but I just really hate the fact that just like almost nearly every single Disney game in existence, they always have those characters that say their lines in the movie for a certain particular line, for a certain particular level, and they keep repeating it over and over again, like Uncle Smith, to infinity and beyond. And guess what? He's going to say that again in the next 5 minutes. That's what makes playing. That's what makes playing these games so, these Disney games so nostalgic at the sense, but at the same time feel so annoying at once. Okay, but here's one Disney game that isn't annoying: Hercules. Hercules.
Was it actually a game?
Yeah, it was. Basically, it's a 2.5D 3D 2.5D platformer. Every character is.
Which one is it? Is it a 2 or a 3?
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that every character is a 2D sprite, but almost everything else is 3D.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool look, though. I have to admit.
Yeah. I don't have a cover, but like what you said, it's better than GameStop's cover.
Yeah. So how is this game, even though like it's a movie video game?
It was pretty good. I like the fact that there's plenty of action, but I don't know. It just like almost every Disney game. If it's following the exact same story from the movie, and if you've seen the movie already, what's there to be excited about? I can say the same thing with Bug's Life, the video game, Tarzan, the video game, almost every Disney video game in existence.
Or the Harry Potter video game.
Yeah. All right. Now, here's one that everybody keeps recommending, but I think this is probably the most childish game I've ever played. Croc, The Legend of Gobos. This game is just too kid-friendly. I just can't find any appeal playing this game. I know. I like 3D platformers a lot. Don't get me wrong. I love 3D platformers with a great passion. I would not put this as the worst 3D platformers list, but the gameplay wasn't that full of fun. I mean, like turning controls is like a tank, jumping is reckless, and trying to find all these collections, it's too easy. I'm sorry, I just don't find that much of appeal of this game. I'm sorry for everybody who keeps recommending me this title. It's just like, this is one game that I can't get into. It just feels like I'm playing my very first video game that only my parents allowed me to play at age 1. Yeah, I mean, like, nostalgia may work for the rest of you guys, but if I don't have any nostalgia for it, I can't fit in the crowd. Okay, next one, Siphon Filter. This is an awesome action PlayStation game. You play as a SWAT agent. Oh god, and it's so cool that like you're trying to stop all these terrorists from harming America and stuff. This game is so cool. But if you think this game is so cool, check out the sequel. This is actually better than the original. Siphon Filter 2. Oh, Nelly. This game gives you a lot of weapon variety, gameplay challenges, and mission variety that actually gets an action gamer so satisfied from beginning to end. Not to mention that this game has actually how many discs? Oh wow, 2 discs game. Yeah. Anyway, fantastic game, worth collecting. Wings, are you still there?
I'm here.
All right, because we got you a samurai. Oh, a ninja game. Chenshu Stealth Assassins.
I remember this game. Wow, the cover looks really terrible, but like, I remember like the white-haired assassin and the chick assassin, and like, oh my god, it was so bloody when I played this.
Oh yeah, you're so totally right. This game was probably the most goriest. The most violent game on the PlayStation 1. I mean, like, when you're slashing enemies, you could see spill of blood flying up in the air, and then when they hit the surface, like the ground or the wall, you can actually feel the drips drooling down.
And it was kind of intense. Like, I see my friend, he's like saying, I was a young kid, I was like, no, let that girl go, and it's like, no, man, she's gonna tell all the other guards, and he ended up trying to kill her. Like, he put like a bunch of weird spiky traps, and she kept hitting her foot on it, because I guess she was kind of like a dumb NPC.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this stealth game was also released the same time when Metal Gear Solid was released.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 1998. We were only 8 years old. But
oh my goodness.
Well, my biggest problem about the first game is that the controls didn't age at all good until you played the sequel, Tenchu 2, The Birth of the Stealth Assassins. Oh my lord, this game was so much better than the first one. Yeah, I mean, like, what else can I say? If I say it's better than the first one, oh man, I could even possibly say that this is even more violent than the first game.
Oh
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, her personality, like the chick's personality, is like I really like the dude a bit more because he seemed a little more honorable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right, now here's a game in my collection that I am so happy to put as my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Let me tell you something. Okay, High Wings, this is the only time that I'm going to admit that I have to be a little... I played this game for one reason, other than the Nemesis and being Resident Evil. Jill Valentine is so fucking hot. Oh, God.
Well, you know, Jill Valentine, she's basically a cop with a skirt and a tank top.
She wasn't like that in the first game, but when you play Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, oh god. She was just like the hottest thing you ever seen in the 32-bit system.
Yeah, but you have to think also, like, wait a minute, like, she has a lot of skin for her to be bitten. Like, sure she's not a zombie yet? I swear to god, dude, she's like the hottest zombie survivor, just running around with a gun.
Alright, here's one 3D 3D platform I should have put in my list. Ape Escape. Oh man. Yeah, basically all you do is capture monkeys in the Banjo-Kazooie style of 3D platforming gameplay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I should have played this game a long time ago because I only played this once, and that was in that dinosaur level that I thought was really cool. But
damn, dude, this is way back.
I'm sorry, I can't focus the camera.
No, the video game. Like, oh my god. I forgot about this game.
Yeah, capturing monkeys was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Oh my goodness. And I don't know, I feel like it's a very iconic PlayStation game. Like, it's the weird hats. It's the weird monkey hat that does it for me.
Yeah, okay, here's the next one. Heart of Darkness. Everybody has already... You all have seen my review on this game. It's actually a really awesome 2D platformer. Cinematic platformer. Yeah. Alright, next one. This is actually my third review my fourth review I've ever done after reviewing the two Gex games and Dear Avenger 4. Wild 9. Yo, man, this game was so cool. The best part about this game is that being able to electroshock your enemies, and then you're able to lift them up into any direction you want and then slam them. Man, this was such an obscure game. I don't even know how anybody forgot about this title. It was released in 1998, and you have like over 100 ways to kill your enemies. That's so cool. You can put them through a grinder. You can smash them. You can decapitate them. You can puncture them. Oh man, I'm surprised this game was not rated M, because this game was so dark and so violent. It was brutal. Yeah. All right. Oh man, why do I have this game?
Wait, dude, you were kind of lagging. I couldn't hear you for the last couple of seconds.
All right. How am I now?
What? You're good. Wait, what game were you showing again?
Wild 9.
Wild 9. Oh, okay. I've never played that game.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the best part about this game is that being able to shoot out electricity out of your hand, and then being able to lift up your opponent to any direction.
Oh my goodness! Though I have to say, it's very pixelated, but the guy shooting out lightning out of his hand, he kind of looks like Aang. It's an avatar.
Oh, just to let you know that this is the same creator of Earthworm Jim.
Oh my goodness! No way.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a hell of a place to be coming from. Oh, why the hell do I even have this game? I have 2 copies of this game.
God, she got
It's the first game of the series.
Oh boy, I can't really say anything about Lara Croft's boobs. I think it's all been said before.
All right, here's another one of my favorite action games on the PlayStation 1, Urban Chaos.
Urban Chaos.
Okay, moving on.
Urban. It's.
Oh man,
From the hood.
High Wings. You're gonna be pretty surprised to hear this because at the time, I was when I was 8 years old, I was so hooked up on playing pool that I did not get. My parents could not afford or have any room to put in a pool table, but instead they gave me this game, Backstreet Billiards. Oh man, this game was had a really good physics engine on how to roll, shoot balls. Yes, that's what he said. And the best part about this game, I still have a great passion for it, is the music. The jazz music in this game is so groovy that I just can't get it out of my head to this day. Dun, 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 dun. Oh God! Check out the soundtrack of Backstreet Billiards. It's really phenomenal. Okay, Time Commando. It's still hard for me to get into this game. I'm sorry, Sendu. You gave me this as a birthday present, but the problem is, it has probably the most clunkiest controls I have ever seen in a video game. And that's saying a lot for a game from 1996. Oh man, do you see how how old these polygons are?
Well, the screen is kind of lagging, so it looks very polygonal.
I mean, this is one of those exceptions where the game cover can deceive you because, oh man, I mean, like, you're doing combos in a time zone. I mean, like, you're carrying weapons, but you don't use weapons in a couple of the first couple of levels, and oh man,
Didn't you mention this game in one of your? This game sounds familiar. Like, didn't you review this game before?
I don't think I've ever. No, I never reviewed this game. This game is too hard to be reviewed.
Oh my goodness! Hey, if polygons get any more squarer, it's good. The world will have a conundrum. 'Cause it will collapse in itself with how square the polygons are.
All right, now here we are in my other row. Pardon me. That's actually one of my all-time favorite games of all time. Let's start out with Parasite Eve.
Ooh, it's Parasite Eve.
Oh, believe it or not, this is Resident Evil mixed with that's RPG. Yeah, survival horror RPG. It has a really phenomenal gameplay where you're able to avoid, detect, and hit enemies. Oh god, this is so cool. I mean, like, I really like the fact that, like, the main character. Oh man, she was kind of sweet. Yeah. Other than that, as for the scares, it didn't scare me as much because the enemy variety is kind of like the generic big gigantic teeth monsters that we've seen almost every other enemy variety that we got from video games nowadays. Alright, let's get down to the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy Anthology. And what this game includes is Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, this is a great collection for retro gamers because, oh man, this is, I really think that the Final Fantasy games on the Super Nintendo era is actually much better than any Final Fantasy era ever. And speaking of which, we got Final Fantasy IX. That's actually my favorite Final Fantasy game on the PlayStation 1.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we got,
Well, I have to say,
yeah.
I don't know. I think I have a soft spot for the weird, mage guy because he kind of reminds me of the mage dude from He-Man.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe. He-Man.
And I like to say, hey, yeah. I said, hey.
Sword. Has a lot of weird
All right, and here's the most beloved game of all
Oh
time.
my god, that was an awesome video.
Yeah, this is the most. Here it is, the most beloved video game of all time. And guess what? I have the black label of it. Final Fantasy VII. Awesome,
I
right?
can swing my sword.
Awesome, right?
Sword you can afford for. Oh yeah. Oh wait, you got the black edition here?
The black label.
That's pretty cool, dude. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wait, you had Final Fantasy games, and you told me that you didn't really like the series very much.
Yeah, because there has been better RPGs, in my personal opinion, than what has been offered in Final Fantasy, personally.
What? The Final Fantasy games, they offered like some of the classic and most iconic, like, emotional moments in the PlayStation game.
Yeah, this is one of them, but let me tell you something, High Wings. You said to yourself that you never played a Final Fantasy game. So why are you defending it up till now?
Yep, I haven't. Wait. Okay, fine. I might have played a little bit of it.
Now, if you guys ask me what is actually the best RPG on the PlayStation 1, Legend of Dragoon. I got the same version on the on the Japanese version, and I got one for the American version. Awesome.
Dragoon. I never played this game.
Yeah, that's because this game didn't sell very well, and people still cry for a sequel. Seriously, the Final Fantasy series really kind of overshadowed nearly almost every RPG on the PlayStation 1. Or any other RPG in existence.
There's no room for growth. That's terrible.
Speaking of which, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, wait, another. How long is that Dragoon game? Like, I guess it's 2 discs.
Nah, it's 4 discs long.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
They're falling apart. This is so valuable. 4 discs long.
Oh my god, dude. How long is this game?
Like over 37 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. That's because they added a lot of cutscenes and cinematics kind of fill up the CD discs. Okay, here it is. God damn it! Enough about the Final Fantasy. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania, it's gonna be a bloody night.
Oh man, this is actually my personal favorite Castlevania game ever. Just for the fact that like it's a Metroidvania mixed with RPG. This is an awesome title of the series. All right, let's go to the next one. Spider-Man. Oh, now I'm always conflicted. Which one do I like better, Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2 or Spider-Man, the very first Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1? Whew. Because we're talking about having Carnage, Venom, Rhino, Dr. Octopus, Scorpion, Mysterio, and so many more as your villains in this game. This is an awesome title. Oh my god. You haven't played this game. Oh man. You're missing out on one of the best action games ever. Speaking of action games, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you guys saw the sequel. You guys saw that I have the sequel on my PlayStation 2. You guys saw the sequel that I have on my PlayStation 2 collection. I think I like the first one better because the puzzles aren't troublesome, action is pretty standard, and the story is pretty cool. Not to mention, it's the only game series that has Gex on its logo title. I miss Crystal Dynamics when they used to be for Gex all the way. Yeah. Okay, here's the next one. Another Legacy of Kain game, but this is Blood Omen 1, a really slick vampire game. But here's the thing: it plays just like Legend of Zelda: the Link to the Past. Yeah. All right. Now let's get down to the next game. One of my all-time favorite PlayStation 1 games ever, Mega Man Legends 2. Yep. Oh my god. This Mega Man game is actually my favorite incarnation of Mega Man ever. best part ever, it plays almost like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but with guns and robots and flying enemies and stuff. I mean, this is the game that introduced its own targeting system that makes it so easy to move around and shoot at the same time. Awesome series. Too bad they never made Mega Man Legends 3. That would have made the world a lot better than it is now. All right, next game, Chrono Cross. Oh man, what can I say? I will always say that Chrono Trigger is the better game because there are too many characters and stuff. And also, I got the Japanese version of this game. All right, what's next? Oh, I wouldn't be Gexup if they didn't have this game. Gex Enter the Gecko. Yes, I love Gex.
Oh my god.
It's tail time! Oh, man.
I like the tuxedo. I'm trying to imagine him saying shaken but not stirred.
Remember, he's parodying James Bond. James Bond. Alright. Man, this game was so cool. It had the best... It's a 3D platformer that had the best level variety I've ever seen. And it's just like everything in this game was so gosh darn appealing. Hell, I'm still a Gex fan to this day because of this very game. Alright, next one. Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko. Oh, Nelly, touchdown. This is... Oh, man. You know what made this game so cool? Because we got Marlise Andrada as Agent Extra.
I see she has a lot of extra over there.
Extra.
There's a lot of more extra in her like Playboy covers.
Oh, she was a Playboy. She was a Playboy Playmates.
Oh my goodness! What is she doing now? I guess.
She disappeared out of the face of the earth.
I guess she just went back to living a normal life. Probably as a mom or something out there.
Yeah. All right, now let's get down to one of my all-time favorite game series ever, the very first Oddworld.
Oh my goodness!
This was fantastic. Everything I said about that was awesome about this game. I still stand by to every word I said about this game in my review. And better yet, one of the best sequels of all time. Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. Oh man, this was so much better than the first one because you're able to command more than one Mudakian. The graphics were so much better. Oh man, everything in this game is so gosh darn colorful, so brutal and challenging. I just couldn't even believe they managed to put this in like 2 separate discs. It's just amazing how they even put that in a singular game. Alright. Next one. Metal Gear Solid. Oh, yes. This is a game that's worth collecting again and again because, I don't know, it's just like the story was so phenomenally great that it just sticks with you all the way. Boss fights, the stealth mechanics, the gameplay, everything about this game is the reason why it's been declared as one of the best games of all time. Alright, we're almost done, High Wings, because we got now the Crash Bandicoot games. Which one shall we start? We should start with Crash Bandicoot 2, The Wrath of Cortex. You see the 3D... I don't think the camera can see it, but do you see the 3D cover?
I can actually see it, yeah.
Yeah, this is a rare copy of the game. Oh man, I think... Oh man, it's just like, if you really are a big fan of the Crash Bandicoot and Spyro series from the PlayStation 1 era, oh man, you have to go through hell and back just to get this copy of, this version of Crash Bandicoot.
Wait, Irish?
Huh?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you there?
I can hear you.
I know you. Sorry if I was shooting ice a bit.
Jesus. Alright, we're almost done, High Wings. Crash Bandicoot Warped. The best Crash Bandicoot game of all time. Enough said. Oh man, this game just takes me back to the year 1998 when Extreme used to be so popular and gameplay variety was so over the top. It refuses to hold back. I miss games like these, man. Why are games nowadays just holding back on variety and stuff? I mean, like, it just doesn't have as much personality and cool level challenges as these games offered back in the day. Alright, we're almost done. Crash Team Racing. And the best part, this thing shines.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this one is another copy that's actually worth finding. And I am so blessed to actually find a copy of this one. Yeah. Alright, the last Crash Bandicoot game I have in my collection, Crash Bash. Take it like this. This is Crash Bandicoot and Mario Party. It's an okay idea, but as a spin-off, I just didn't find it all that much appeal. Alright, High Wings. Save the best for last. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and best yet, I got the coolest label ever. The shiny label.
Is there something special about these games other than they're shiny?
They're the exact same game, but let me be honest here. I'm so much of a fan of the series. I'm so much fan of the series that it's worth getting.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
I am so much of a fan of the series just because I really want to get the label here. You know? Yeah, I hate to brag, but I think I'm one of the biggest fans in the world of the original Crash and Spyro trilogy. Alright, and finally, again, Spyro, Spyro Year of the Dragon. Well, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to say. This is all the stuff that I have in my collection. Let me move the stuff out of the way so I can actually say my final words and my final goodbyes live on camera. Well, High Wings, what did you think about the collection here?
Oh my goodness, a lot of stuff. You have more games than I do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Most of my childhood playing of games consisted of playing games in other people's houses. I think you were probably the most popular kid in your childhood because, like, you have so many games, and I am pretty amazed. You have a lot more, and you kept it, like, even up to now. Because, to be honest, my game collection is probably scattered or gone. I have no idea what happened to it. And I guess it doesn't really help that my PlayStation was a pirated PlayStation, and I guess it sort of got lost and scattered along the way. But I don't know. I think you have an amazing collection. I think like something like that is now like an archive.
Yeah.
You kind of go back and share it with with your friends or like family along the way. I mean, it's pretty something special, man. I think you definitely gotta take care of it so you could share it with future people in your life.
Yeah. It's really sad to finally say that this is it. I mean, like, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it on the very last episode of the Boot Shot Radio podcast, but at least you finally made it to my very last appearance on camera when I was doing the collection video with you.
It's alright. Who knows? Maybe if the guy cancels on me again, which I will hate him for life, and track him down to be having a long conversation, I could, but most likely I think I might just have to work on Wednesday, 5 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Because like Eastern Standard Time, isn't that like, trying to remember, isn't that like New Jersey and New York and all that?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's 3 hours difference between here and there. So
yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
So, what did you think of the overall run that I have from being a gamer and then express my opinions on the internet as a video game reviewer?
I think it's amazing, man. I mean, 1 second, my phone keeps ringing.
Just when we were about to get emotional, you just had to bring that up.
What the heck? I'm so confused. What's going on? Oh my god. This is annoying. This is super annoying. Okay. Anyway. Alright, I've taken care of it.
Yeah. So,
In the last 5 years, man, I think what's most amazing is other than just making videos and expressing yourself, you've touched people from like all over the globe. And I think that's amazing. You can't put that is a pretty, you can't put those in a few simple words, and it's super priceless. something that's amazing. And who knows, maybe when everything's settled down and things are, more, stable and your life isn't too hectic or crazy, you can probably go back to making videos and talking about the things you love. Not too many people are able to do that.
I don't think I'm ever going to come back because I have a huge opportunity in my life to actually change it around and finally get into the comic book industry that I always wanted to go. Oh man, getting married, changing your life, all that stuff, it's impossible to bring my life back to the internet like that. It's just...
I have to say, even though it's the internet, I still say that you got to tap into this media because you have fans here. And when you become an artist, I think that's a good base to start with.
Yeah. Oh, man. I just worked so hard to get here. And it's just like it feels like this is it. My life, it's a new chapter in my life. I mean, like, my life has been the same as a simple guy on the internet since 2007 when I first met you, and I met you in Almuya. And all I keep doing is talking about all these crazy videos on the internet, and then later on I decided just to become a reviewer and talk about podcasting and video games like some of these guys who were, reviewing like the Angry Video Game Nerd, Gooch and the Douchebag. Oh man, they were a lot of fun, but now, after 5 years we just can't carry our own weight on this stuff anymore. It's just like it's really difficult to keep thinking about making a video, and then later on it just like it hurts even more, to actually start doing this kind of stuff, and it just doesn't feel right to actually keep, thinking about all the stuff about on the internet of people you don't even know their real names or who's actually watching you, and you do all this stuff for free, and then sometimes you get no the right reaction that you really want from all these people. I don't know. I just have to say goodbye to everybody who really supported me, because I really want to make my life a lot more better than it is right now. And yeah, I mean, like, it's really emotional to think about, saying that this is the last video ever. And yeah.
I say that nothing's ever permanent. These things are always subject to change. But I think it's pretty amazing that, with this new chapter in your life and you saying goodbye to here, you're having some cool, new, amazing direction that I don't think many people will go into. And oh my god, working for free? That sucks.
I never got paid doing the single stuff, and I never asked anybody for money for doing this stuff. But I always thought that, like, ever since I became a reviewer, I became less of a gamer, because I didn't play as much video games as I used to, because I've been focusing on trying to express my opinion and work very hard at doing all the processing of writing the script, then recording, then do the video editing. Oh man, that was... there was at one point where, there was at one point in my time where, I passed out just doing video editing, because it's so overwhelming to actually keep finding the frame that you really want, chop it off, and then put it there, and then chop it off again, and find another frame of the video that you want and put it there together. It's just like, oh man, it's just like it just got me so stressed out of the fact that, like, I did all this stuff all by myself. Almuya never only helped me when I needed a special guest voice. You only helped me when I needed a special guest, appearance from the boot show. And I am really appreciative for seeing a lot of guys who actually helped me out on being a special guest at boot show and listening to all that stuff and giving me feedback, because the feedback is the one thing that always kept me going, and then later on with no feedback, it just kind of made me want to say goodbye.
Are you recording all this? Or?
Yeah, I am.
It's amazing, man.
This is my final goodbye to everybody, and just say that, like, it was a pleasure to actually express my nostalgic memories to the world, even though it feels incomplete. Ever since I ever since I got that midlife crisis, it just kind of tells me that it's time to go, and I don't think I'm ever going to come back.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, like, it's been an awesome run doing this with you.
Yeah. Well, High Wings, any final words you want to say before we say our final goodbyes?
I was going to try to say something funny, but no. I think these are moments that I think a good, simple goodbye will do.
Yeah.
Just to kind of make it that special.
Yeah. It's really hard to say goodbye, but you were saying?
But I was going to say his autograph still stands if you want to buy 4 cards. Please call 1-800. You will not get any money or autographs ever. I don't think I'll pay you, but I will not give you the autographeater.com.
Yeah. All right. So this is the last appearance you guys are ever going to see from me. Thanks for everybody for watching. I like to say, have a pleasant life. Have a pleasant life without me. It's just like, this is my final goodbye. Everybody's wishing me a good, farewell and stuff. Just makes me happy to see all these goodbyes coming in and just say it's the right time to finally right time to finally leave. All right, everybody.
Also, I have to say, whenever somebody does something for free, that speaks volume of them. I mean, not many people do that. Doing all those editings, busting his ass to make an hour video, spending 3 days on it. Not many people have the endurance or stamina or the technical skill to do that all the time.
Yeah,
and to
that's
do that
true.
on a daily basis, that takes balls, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Okay, everybody. This is the last time you're ever going to see from me. And I always like to say this all the time. 2 things. It's tail time! Or, better yet, boo chow!